Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the premiere video of Artistbaker's Tips for the Independent, for the aspiring independent comic book artist. This is going to be a great video series, and I'm so excited to be bringing it to you guys today, okay? So, this is a video series dedicated to the aspiring comic book artist. Yes, it's long overdue, I know that. You know it, and I know it. As the creator and founder of several groups, in my inbox on Facebook is just often flooded. And I don't always have the luxury of time on my side to answer each question individually. So I said to myself, a lot of independents have a lot of great questions. What is a good way to answer a lot of them? And myself said, with a video. Ha! Yay! Thus the creation of Artistbaker's Tips for the Independent Artist. There are tons of ways to grow as an artist. I'm simply going to share some of the things that have worked for me, and somebody out there will benefit from this today. I guarantee you. So I'm going to focus on the absolute three fundamentals of what you should have in attempting to publish in this medium, or, even to create a comic book, okay? First, a little bit about me. I like to draw. No, that's not true. I love to draw. Been doing it since I could hold a pencil. Something internally with my DNA and creative genes, I guess. I don't know. I'm totally self-taught. No formal classes aside from basic art class in public school. I think my separation factor is that I come from a talented artistic background. Yep, my old man, he can paint, draw, portrait size and all that. So naturally it was passed down to me as well. What kind of art? I enjoy 2D art, I enjoy 3D art, I enjoy digital art, and more. But my basic foundation is good old-fashioned line art. Yes, why? Because I had a pencil and paper long before I had an iPad Pro or monoprice or digital pen display, internet, digital graphic stuff, okay? Pencil and paper, had that way before that, all right? So the intent of this video particular series, is to reach out, and it's going to be aimed at assisting and motivating the guy who wants to publish a comic book. And throughout the periods of the videos, we're going to have several of them. They're called Artistbaker Tips. I will tell you one way to do it that I've done it, step by step. So you won't have any questions. I hope to answer a lot of questions that way. Before we get into the grits of the series, let's talk about the main ingredient and what it takes. I call it HDP. That stands for honesty, dedication, and passion. It's an absolute essential formula that one must have in order to do this. Some people may ask, well, Artistbaker, why should I listen to you? My answer is, you don't. I have, however, created a very successful independent group on Facebook, ICC, and website is the same name. And we're getting ready to host our third convention on July 1st in Cocoa, Florida. Let me repeat that. We're getting ready to host our third convention. It's not a Kickstarter, although there's nothing wrong with Kickstarters. But it's an actual convention where patrons come to see the events, panels, guests, and a whole lot more. Woo-hoo! I personally think that speaks for itself. So I must be doing something right somewhere. Okay? So let's begin. Today is a very short video, and I'm just talking about the basic fundamentals that I truly adhere to and I believe and I abide by. And I want to share them with that guy who's looking for his way. Here's what they are. There's three of them. All right. Honesty, dedication, and passion. So let's start with honesty. Number one, honesty. This is where I get serious, y'all. You have to be honest with yourself and ask yourself, how much are you really honestly willing to invest in this medium? Mentally, financially, and physically, because it is very demanding, people. Let me say that again. It's very demanding, people. So ask yourself this first up front and be totally honest with yourself. That will make your goal setting a little bit easier, know what you're realistically possibly able to achieve in the long run. So honesty comes first. Be honest with yourself. That's what I did when I first got into this. I said, what can I do? What do I want to do? What are my goals? Be honest with yourself. Number two, dedication. You have to have a level of dedication that surpasses your expectation. I don't do this full time. I do it in the wee hours of the night and on weekends, okay? I mean, come on, I have a family. Family comes first in my book, okay? However, dedication and reputation go hand in hand. They go with each other, okay? People will know in no time if you aren't dedicated. Trust me. You can only pretend for so long because social media is a very powerful agent. It can help to make or break you if you allow it. You and I both have seen the post where the employee who got fired for something he posted on social media. It can happen. It exists, folks, you know. Words can be a very powerful weapon. You know, they can help motivate someone or they can inadvertently tear someone down, you know. So words are very, very strong, okay? You have to be extremely dedicated to do this. That's no secret. I don't do this full time, yet I've accomplished a considerable amount for an independent guy with a dream. However, nothing I've accomplished has been handed to me, people. I earned it, and my dedication prevailed. People respect you for that, and your reputation then builds itself. I've said it before, I'll say it again. When you're dedicated, people will know. They will see it, and they will respect you for it. Let's be brutally honest, though. Let's be brutally honest. Everyone you meet will not be as dedicated as you are. Know that up front. Know that. Accept it. Become stronger by your own self-dedication. Know that you are the person that determines that, no one else. Finally, passion. All right? Honestly, dedication and passion. You have to love this medium. You have to love what you do with it. If you're just a fan of this medium, you can do okay, yeah. But if you love it, you will do better and it will show. Passion breeds like-minded individuals, and when you create a team of passionate creators, watch out. When you guys get together, there's no stopping. There's nothing you can't accomplish. You guys know it. You see it happening. You know who's doing the do and who's just talking the talk and who's walking the walk. You know that. I don't have to tell you. All right? The results of passion and a passionate team can be astounding, to say the least. You can create so much. You can gain such a huge fan base. It's phenomenal. I kid you not. It really is. Now, I got to tell you that every now and then I hear an artist say they've got artist block and don't know what to do next. Let me tell you, I've never had that, and I will tell you how not to get it in the next video. But for now, now that you know the 3 fundamentals, HDP, let's begin the fun part. We will start with the basics. Remember, these are going to be very basics, okay? Remember, there's tons of reference. I'll talk about some of them here and there. Tons of training and thousands and thousands of tutorials all around you. You just have to simply find what works for you, all right? So, these aren't going to be 30-minute videos. Our videos are probably going to be no more than 5, 10, or 15 minutes at the most because I want to give you the basics, guys. All right? So welcome to Artistbaker's Tip for the Independent. All right. So now that we've gotten the introduction out of the way for Artistbaker Tips number 1, the very first video, let's actually get into what I'm going to be discussing with you guys in this series of videos, okay? And again, these are the basic fundamentals that are reaching out for the basic artist looking for the basic things. All right. I've published a few comic books here and there, so I do have a little idea of what I'm talking about. And we've created collaborations that continue today throughout ICC. So let's talk about some of the basic fundamentals, people. You know, I'm going to have to put some music to this video to make it even more funky. Okay, so if you are an aspiring comic book artist, and I want you guys to know I rushed home to make this video because I felt this passionate about it. Somebody needs to see this message, so that's why I'm happy to finally be doing it, okay? Basics of comic book fundamentals. Again, guys, this is nothing new. It's nothing new. It applies to everybody. Some people have heard it before. Some people are hearing it for the first time. But it's all the same criteria, and you just have to interpret it and individualize it. All right, let's talk about your standard comic book application. You have got to, number 1, know anatomy. I hope you can read this. If you can't, then obviously I'll make the next video larger so you can read it. Anatomy, number 1. That's most important. You've got to know the human figure, and I did a quick little synopsis sketch here. The later videos will go more into detail. You see actually more in-depth coverage. But this is what we're going to be talking about throughout these series. You got to know anatomy. You've got to know the head. I personally, when I draw the human figure, the body is divided up into three. That's right, 3 categories, okay? You've got your head area, you've got the torso, and you've got lower. For me, that's it. And anybody can tell you that to become a good artist, drawing is essentially repetition. Drawing it over and over again. You're just putting lines together. And eventually, you find out where those lines fit, how they go, and you can go into the next category. So, you got to know anatomy. However, you got to find out and do it. Whatever books you need, tutorials online, check out library, whatever you got to do. Classes, study anatomy. Learn anatomy, okay? That's important. The human head is also something that I divide into thirds. Top, middle, and lower. Once you configure all 3 of those, you can draw it in any angle, from any aspect. Bird's eye view, worm's eye view, it does not matter. You know, long shot, close-up shot, we'll get in all that. It does not matter. Number 1, again, know anatomy, people. Okay, now, just because you become adept and great at drawing the human body doesn't mean you're going to be a great comic book artist, because that's just a portion of what you got to draw. You got to know backgrounds. Going to number 2, backgrounds. Artists, you have to learn to draw backgrounds in comic books. I'm talking about anything from tractors, buildings, birds, dolphins, whales, alleys, cars, you name it. You have to study. You have to learn. A lot of times, some artists, when they first start out, they use light boxes, which you know is a tracing method. And there's nothing wrong with that. If that's how you're going to learn, fine, do it. The point is to become better at drawing a lot of things. That's what they do at the Big Two. You can't just draw this in the comic book. You got to have backgrounds, okay? That's important. Number 3, something I love, Terrence Baker love, I love sequential foundation. I love comic book art. What that means is, for those who don't know, is panels. Going from panel 1, 2, 3, 4, and be able to tell a story effectively. That's incredibly important. So think about it. You got to know anatomy, you got to know backgrounds, and then you're going to apply all that to sequential foundation, okay? That's how you're going to make a page in a comic book. How's that page going to be interesting? Are you going to draw the same panel each time? No. Are you going to draw that figure in the same configuration each time? No. You got to be versatile and know how to, what do they call? Shape it up? I don't know. Give it a different look. Once you learn sequential foundation, and we're going to get into that a lot more, then you got to come into angles. This final quarter here of this application will be the foundation of all of this. Once you get all these guys down pat, then you can start drawing angles, okay? So here we have a basic setup. We got a close shot. You're going to learn perspective and vertical horizon and all that stuff, looking off in the distance, planes. We're going to talk about all that stuff. And then you have, in this panel, again, a worm's eye view. Like, you're down at the worm. You're looking up in the panel, okay? So these are some basic fundamentals that we've covered very quickly and briefly today to let you know what we're going to talk about. I'm excited, and I think we're going to have a lot of fun, guys. And welcome to Artistbaker's Tips for Aspiring Comic Book Artists. You heard me! All right, guys. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. We're going to talk about some more important things and how to deal with artist block. I'll tell you the secret to not getting that, and it's so simple you won't believe it. All right, everybody. Have a good day. Peace, and I'll see ya.